Alright guys, check this out. This is where I am at right now with the Toad 2. Gotta connect the exhaust right up there. This is the two headers that come right out of the exhaust ports. There we go. And they go into these stupid exhaust collectors. And they got the cats down there. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Dan H and welcome to the project. I got a quick video about the worst XJ bolts ever. What I'm talking about is the XJ bolts that attach the cats to the header on a 2001 XJ and some 2000 XJs, the ones with all 50 state emissions. These bolts are the worst. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can show you. I got a couple inches to make up. I'll probably end up using a jack to hold these in place. But just as a quick measurement, I needed to collect some hardware for the collectors. But this is what I think I'm going to need. I'm going to need a bolt about this size. This is pretty much the perfect size for this operation. And it's pretty long, but I got to line them up. And I want to get the flanges on nice and neat. I'm also going to have to account for maybe a lock washer and a big nut. And yeah, it's extremely difficult to get up in here. If you guys have a 2000, 2001 XJ, it's supposed to have this heat shield over the motor mount for protection. So that's kind of annoying. That gets in the way. And these cats are a real pain to work around when you get up in there and try to tighten on these bolts or any exhaust bolt that you use. So this is something that I came up with. I figured it would be the perfect size. It's a factory XJ bolt from somewhere, but only could find one. So I ran to the auto parts store looking for something of this diameter and of this length. So I went into the exhaust parts and I found this guy. These guys. It's pretty much exactly what I need. This is a factory flange exhaust hardware kit, and we got these clip nuts right here. See that? If you can see that, they got this clip. It goes on the big fat exhaust flange, and it's got the nut inserted in there. It's exactly what you need. And check it out. With my estimation, this is almost exactly what I need. So, it was either a good guess by me, or, oops, there it goes, or they know exactly what to make. Now, the only problem with this is, this thing costs about $41, or at least it does in New York with me. So, that's the left bank, this is the right bank. So, between these two, these came to be about $90. And if you don't believe me, here's the store I bought it from. Let's go down. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Yep, $41 each plus tax, $90.24. So, yeah, 90 stinking dollars. I know, it's crazy, right? But if you've ever installed these bolts on this year XJ, 2000 and 2001, you know what kind of a pain that is, and this might just be worth it. It might be the thing you need to save hours of your life, not dealing with getting a wrench in there to hold that sucker in place while turning another wrench that's being blocked by the cats and these flanges and this protective shield and all this crap. I don't know. I know the Mopar unit is similar. Unfortunately, it takes like about a week or two to order one of those if they're even available. This, I just walked into the parts store. They had it. It's just about exactly what I need. All right, I got them on. There you go. If you can see that, look at that. We got all of the flange bolts in. It only took about an hour and a half, 2 hours instead of a day and a half, 2 days. I jacked up that collector pipe right there. I pushed the pipe right up in place so these cats could mate into the header. And then, yeah, I did my thing. I reached up under here. I got these bolts basically snugged on with 2 fingers. All right, got all my bolts snugged down. I used my small 1/4-inch drive with a flexible head, a 14mm socket, and they are in. The only issue I had was just a little bit of clearance. It wasn't even too bad, but you can see how the rest of the bolts are nice and tall and proud. Well, they shoot up pretty high. The rest of them have clearance except for this first one. See how that one's much shorter? I just went ahead and I pulled out the, I guess it's a $20 bolt. Pulled that out and I put in a factory Jeep bolt similar to this, which is a little shorter. So yeah, kind of sucks. I only used 3 bolts out of a set of 4 that cost $90, but I think the huge win is the clip nuts. You need those clip nuts. It makes this job much easier. So let's see if I can show you all of those guys. They look like they're close. Well, they are close. They're close to the manifold, but there is clearance, except for that first one that looked like it was gonna touch, so I just took that out. But the rest of them should be good, and that does it. So yeah, $90 for a set of those bolts and clip nuts. Is it worth it? You guys be the judge. Alright guys, thanks for watching this quick video. If you don't want to spend that money and you want to piece together your own set of bolts, I recommend a 10 by 1.5 bolt. That's the threads, and it's about I guess it's 2 inch long by 10 and a 1.5. So piece together your own bolts. I was even thinking about welding a nut to that flange, but God forbid you can't get around the cat. You can't square up the bolts, then you'll have a nut welded on that you can't use. And once that sucker is bolted in place onto the head, you're going to be in some trouble. So, you know, you could use washers, lock washers, and all that good stuff, but those clip nuts are really great. So, again, let me know what you think. The world is yours. Make your own sets, spend the money, whatever you guys want to do. But you got options. So, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next project. Peace.